Hello, people, and welcome to watch yet another world. Not sorry, not another World Carcassonne Championship, but the Asian Cup, um, the Asian Cup 2025, week two of the group stage. Now this is the penultimate match of the week two. First between China and Australia, and then 2 hours after from this moment, we will be witnessing the final match of the week two between Vietnam and Thailand. Now, for the first match, China-Australia, China certainly is going to be a huge favorite, as they would be against almost any team, with maybe few exceptions. Well, very few exceptions, actually. Now, the lineups you can see just above me. We have on table 1 Li Yangwei versus Rob V335. Table 2 Dr. Kai Han 2020 versus Me Got No Skill. Table 3 Aki Stack versus 5 Murph. Table 4 Minjan 123 versus Fat Ice. And table number 5 Phosphate versus King Derf. Now, Migot maybe the first time I have ever seen this, but is just rated player in the Australian lineup. Has fallen below 500, and instead we have Rob V335 on table 1 with a solid expert rating facing Li Yangwei, also a very solid expert rating of 569. And this will be also the table that we will be covering. Welcome, Penguin and Helge. Nice to see you here. Indeed, the table 1 will be the one that we'll be covering. And if we have time, or if the other tables have not finished by the time the table 1 has, then we will also be featuring some other table as well. But I would be expecting the table 1 to be the most the most equal standing, let's say, between the players. And well, as a kind of a default, I honestly would be expecting China to win, but you never know. Australia is gonna be pretty much forced to win here if they want to have their hopes up in qualifying to the playoffs. So maybe that must and need is indeed the one that gets them to go just the extra mile. Also glad to see that Taiwan or that there's all Taiwanese players are interested in the matches also in the other group as well. Now, hopefully we won't have to do all that much refreshing, although I unfortunately cannot really have any guarantees on that since I am not at home still, and I expect actually to not be at home before September, if things go as planned, which is not really all that great for streaming, but it it's gonna be better on other areas for me. So, Rob, actually, let's make sure that the draw tools are in order. Hopefully so. Where's it? Okay, so let's fix that very quickly. Um, okay, now they are in order. So, we have stuff happening. We have a early, rather tricky situation for the Australian with the monastery and a road needing a starting tile on the spot here, which he will be able to save. Although he would have, of course, loved to go over here as well to cover up his city, but I mean, covering up the city is like it would be nice to have, but it's not something that is needed because this square is shared with a green meeple. And of course, it's way more important to simply save two of your own meeples than to cover up a shared square. Xing takes the road as well, wants to have some equal standing, and in some cases, Xing might actually even use the starting tile here himself if he gets it soon enough. Just depends on how many starting tiles there will be left in the deck before Xing gets the tile for himself. A very interesting move here from Xing. I mean, not attacking the city of Ropvi, but just taking a city of his own, just cleaning off a city cap, which, I mean, in all honesty, I cannot really understand, because this was obviously a 12-point city available, or yeah, let's say available for Rob V to finish, as opposed to only a 4-point city. Like, I know that going over here for Xing would be like somewhat uncomfortable because he would be threatening the square of his own city, getting restricted to a dagger. But I mean, come on, like it was still a decent sized city, just one city cap away from being finished, and that is exactly what ended up happening. Well, at least Xing does get a 10-point city of his own, also gets to seemingly continue his earlier city as well. Now city cap away from getting completed, but in all likelihood it's going to be messed with, and it will. So do we go here? No, we don't. Xing decides that it is not worth it. Is this an option? Let's say rather. No, it's not. Well, I mean, there are still two of those. No, sorry, only one dagger remaining. But in all honesty, I mean, what else do you use here? Because like you really do want to get this meeple out as well, especially now that Robbie has managed to finish the city. Like, we gotta kind of get this meeple out as well to get the compensation going. And I assume that the plan of Xing is to finish this one first and get like a curve going over here, I guess, and then find a road end to finish this to finish the road as well. Well, he does get the meeple back from the monastery. Also gets to utilize it immediately by taking 3 points with the road end. Still no starting tiles, by the way, so the chances of the starting tiles being drawn are increasing on every move. But at the moment, I mean, I guess it's like slightly benefiting green more. Nah, it's not. It's not. It's not. It's not. Because it expands the fields for both players, for both green and for red by 3 points, and it also, of course, unifies the longer part of the road of Xing to the shorter part of Rob V, and of course gets the monastery point going. Now, the thing is that if Rob goes for this curve, whenever he gets it, if he gets it, because there are only 2 of those remaining, I think, then is it worth it to go for the road? Because there is still also 1 field crossroad remaining. It might be. I mean, with the 13 tiles remaining, you don't really have a lot of places that you would actually like need a meeple for. So I think at this stage, if you do get a curve, then you will be going over here, or you were about to go over here until this happened. And now it's going to be about whether Xing gets his second meeple in or not. +7 on the scoreboard for Rob with some extra monasteries. Well, extra monastery. So +15, +21, 18, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I mean, it's looking pretty bad for Xing, to be honest. It's looking like... Oh, wait, he has this. I mean, so actually Xing is just like Okay, let's try this again. So we have made some adjustments. Unfortunately, there is not all that much that I can do about it. And it might be that, um, if it doesn't really work still, then we might not be streaming the Asian Cup any further before I am back at my own apartment. Okay, thank you, Amiras. So apparently it is now working at least better than it was. Okay, again, apologies for that. So the first game result is favorable for Rob V. So point for Australia there. Let's do some updates on that and also quickly check the other tables as well, and then we'll continue with table 1. So far we have finished games on table 1, 3, 4 and 5. So far 2 games for Australia, 2 games for China. Okay, and these guys have been fast with the second one. So looks like Tsing is leading by about 16 points on the scoreboard, and then we have a lot going on the board. So we have monasteries for both players here. Why is my drawing tools not working properly? That's weird. Um, huh, interesting. Okay, whatever. So 11 points in the lead is Xing. We have a monastery going on over here and another one over here. That's +1 for Rob, so -10. We have a large ruin of 14 points versus a 6 point, so that's +8 for Rob, so -2, and then -3, and then the fields. This is equal. This is also equal. So it looks like Rob is at the moment like -3 for 1 extra meeple, which looks pretty alright. And Xing is trying to attack the field, but is that gonna be enough with Rob still having 2 turns and 2 meeples to use? Well, he does get the connection to a 15-point field, but at the same time is making a long road for Rob V, who is now in the lead by, I think, +1. And yeah, he does have to attack the field. And looks like if there is a connection tile, then it will be a successful attack, as there's nothing that Xing can do about it. Can merely really just discard the straight road. But unfortunately, the counting for Rob has not been very precise, and he is left with another straight road. With over 10 minutes remaining in his clock, it's weird that Rob isn't taking his time. I mean, still with like being a 500 rated player, you would assume that you would be taking your sweet time when you are in this kind of a situation that you have all the time in the world to make the final count. Now my question is, did he actually have any kind of attacking possibility? Or maybe this just was the most lucrative move, just taking 3 points because there maybe weren't any like potential chances of attack. That might also be the case, and it actually the more I look at the more I look at it, the more it looks like that is indeed the case. Like there is nowhere to attack with straight roads, so it doesn't really matter where he takes the 3 points from. You can see that Rob also ended up taking another 3-pointer on his final move, and Xing is going to make this one to go into a decider, which is great because we do get to cover a full game then. And I will try to actually just kind of reboot my drawing tools. And also I might have a suspicion on why it is not working. And I will have to definitely go and take my charging cable for this as well, because I forgot about it. So let's do this, let's do this, do this. Okay, so that's working now. And let's open the game, and yeah, I guess we can go with this at the moment, but after this game, I will be taking like a 2-minute break to get the charging cable, because I'm pretty sure that this is what is causing some extra issues. So Rob, with a city of his own, bit of a weird um, planning with his city. They're using a valuable city cap in the form of a starting tile to try and finish it like from this side, and indeed it is. Oh no, this is a horrible move. This is absolutely a terrible move by Xing. A terrible move by Xing. Look at this. There's one dagger, two daggers, three daggers gone with the left hand side curve. So no tiles were remaining in the square anyways. So what Xing should have done was definitely not take this city, but just unify these roads here, because this guy was already blocked to this square, whereas now Rob just basically saved this this meeple of his, and he's going to be very likely to get it back at some point of the game. And this is gonna be leading into massive issues for Li Yangwei. the further we go into the game, because it's gonna basically mean that Lee is going to be having a losing mini battle over here, and he might also be, and he will be. Oh my lord! No, what he's doing? No, 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 rope! How are both of these players are missing the fact that all three daggers with the left hand side curve are gone. Like this city is totally blockable, like fully blockable. But Rob does not block it. This was a massive, massive gamble from Xing to use the road end as a road end to his own road, and to try and be like kind of extra efficient with it. Like what I would have suggested rather is to go like over here and try and save his city, because this is like super blockable. There, it can be blocked either to a dagger or even to a triple city with the road, because all of those are gone as well. There's one, there's two, and there's three. And now we can see that the salvation of the meeple is paying dividends for Rob, as he gets his meeple out and leaves this 3-point meeple trapped for eternity. And I mean, I do have to say that at the moment things are looking very good for Rob if he just manages to place like anything over here, like almost any city tile is going to be able to make the block. And dare I even say that not just almost any, but I think it's like literally any city tile can make the block over here, except actually for a starting tile. But like any other tile is going to be able to fully block this city, and it's going to be crucial for Rob to get it done, because it's still a 12-point threat and a meeple back. Xing blocks both the city and the monastery. And Rob again now has the chance to block this. Oh, come on. Like you, as a 500 rated player, you gotta see your blocking chances. You gotta see your blocking chances. You gotta be aware of the tiles and the threats. But Rob's like playing like there's no threats at all, and finally Xing gets his salvation, which could have been like prevented a billion times. Rob is, I mean, it doesn't even matter if like Rob is kicking himself, because like he himself caused this to happen. Like he allowed this city to stay here for like 10 turns unblocked, even though he had multiple chances to block it. Massive, massive oversight from Rob, which might just cost him the game maybe. But let's see, there's still 25 tiles remaining. But at the moment, Liang Wei has a 16-point lead, and well, I mean, Rob is losing in blocked features though, so there's at least that, right? But like even that lead it's very minor actually. It's 8 versus 5, so +3 for Rob, and then again another +3 from here, so a total of +6 for Rob from blocked features. But those 10 points still have to be gathered from somewhere, and that is not going to be too easy. Is this a block? I don't think it is. Yeah, no, there is still one dagger remaining into this square. And if Xing gets that dagger, then it's going to be really painful for Rob, because it's going to be not only a meeple back and 3 points, but also might be coming with a with a 6-point farmer, but luckily for Rob, he gets the dagger and is gonna try and go for the completion of the city. There is still, I believe, a divider remaining, and Rob unfortunately does not take points from the city, but instead goes for the farmer, which is like totally unnecessary because it's only like 6 points here, and like you could go there later as well. Like you could just take the points first, and then with another road tile go onto the field. Because like Rob is now down minus 30 on the scoreboard, and it's just looking so horrific for him. And the blocked features are actually like dead equal, except for Xing has an extra meeple tied in those blocked features, but otherwise, I mean, it's just looking super, super great for Xing. Now, the one thing that Red does have to do is to maybe try and go over here with like a curve combo or something like that in order to make sure that there's no divider coming into this square. But otherwise, I mean, there's not a care in the world for the Chinese player. Not sure what this is about for Rob. I guess he's, I don't know, maybe trying to make another attacking route to the field. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's still one regular curve remaining, so maybe there is a possibility for Rob to go like with a city tile over here, then drop a farmer, then a curve, and um, block this square here, so that it will then disallow red from getting the second farmer to the main field, which is actually only 12 points, so not even that big. Like it's not gonna be big enough in itself, even like for Rob to win this, even if he were to to tie the field, which in this case is a very distant dream because he has not attacked the field just yet with a second people. And he also needs to then, use a tile over here or over here to actually get connection to the main part of it. Xing starts a new city and is gonna also finish it and drop a third farmer. I think for sure, right? Yeah, a third farmer comes down just for insurance. Rob, in the meanwhile, is trying to cause something. He goes for a second farmer now, but it is unfortunately way too late. Like, there's no way he can make a connection to the main field anymore. And Xing even gets the divider that Rob was dreaming about. I mean, there still can actually be a combo like something over here or over here, and then a regular curve, but unfortunately not not with this tile. This was like the only tile in the deck that Rob V was not able to try and make that happen. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, there is indeed still one curve left. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, one curve and then something in the deck or in the hand of green here. Yeah, there's the curve, and it's going to be a connection to the 9-point field. and Xing is just going to be grabbing a 1-pointer to his monastery. I doubt that there is anything else. And actually, you know what? This right here could have been okay, like to go over here. Um, maybe. I'm not sure if this would have been like more accurate. Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then 15 for 0, or then just 12. I mean, it would have been like 1 point extra for Xing, but it's not like it's like not that he needed to bother counting for it because he already knew that he was like way ahead anyways. So that's going to be a win for China on table 1, which will certainly warm the heart of Liang Wei. Yeah, 34-point win. It's pretty big. Pretty big. Certainly don't have to bother yourself with any 1-point calculations. And let's also check on the other tables. So far 1-0 for China. And we have also, well, a lot of action actually. So we have a decider on table 3. We have 1-0 lead on table 2 in favor of China. We have a 2-0 win for China on table 4. And we have a decider going on table 5. So 2-0 for China at the moment. No particular surprises. Let's have a look-see at table number 5 with Phosphates and King Derf. Except that we don't. Huh. Well, what is it? Well, that's weird. So, like, it showed a decider. Well, like, the .gg page showed a decider, even though Phosphate has seemingly won 2 games. What? Wow. Uh, that that is weird. That's the first time I've ever seen that happening. So like they both ran out of time, but the player with the most thinking time wins. And I'm not sure by what merits .gg page decided that it was King Derf who actually won that game then, but seemingly it has been Phosphate who has taken the 2-0 win and also won. Actually, what Phosphate won both of his games by time. So let's correct that. Let's make the 2-0 cut there for Phosphate, and we have a 3-0 lead for China. King Derf abdicated. Uh, Actually, I gotta honestly, my English is does not comprehend the word abdicated. Uh, I gotta I gotta check it up. But Let's see table number 3 with the 5 Murph versus Aki stack. Like I assume abdicated means like, I don't know, like gave up or something. I don't know. Uh, yeah, give me a second. So wait, abdicated. Nope, that's not right. Abdicated. Abdicate. Okay, so like abandoned, basically, or gave up. Okay. Uh, well, that's sad. That's sad and very unfortunate for. Oh wait. Oh, I think it like. Ah, so I think like in this scenario, it's like abdication means like just conceding the game or something. And I assume it's like happened in game one. But whatever it may be, it looks like 2-0 for table 5 is the result. So, the decider between 5 Murph and Aki stack on table 3 is currently looking maybe favorable to China with 7-point lead. We have a shared field. We have a long road of for 8 points for red, so plus 15. This is shared um, plus 17, plus 18, 13, 10, like plus 5 for red, plus 6, but for an extra meeple for blue. Oh, the tournament was tournament for Phosphate versus King Derf was set at 5 minutes each player, and so overtime happened. Oh, that is unfortunate, as the rules are the rules of Asian Cup are pretty much the same as WTCOC, which means that you can't really dispute the results for like flawed table settings because you have started because you have started the the game already. So like you can't dispute those results after you have already like kind of accepted the game settings by not saying anything about it or not requiring anyone to change them, which means that they were valid games, and thus unfortunately for the Australians, looks like the 5 minutes was not enough, as you know, it's very for very rare um, amount for very few players is 5 minutes enough actually to play a full game whilst actually thinking what you are doing. It's more like if I were to be playing a game with 5 minutes in my clock for the entire game, it's like I just go with intuition, like pretty much all the way, because I wanna spare as much time as I possibly ever can. Okay, 11-point lead for Aki stack gets a meeple back from the 4-point city at the top. Could have also gone over here for 4 points and a meeple back from the monastery, and then make it actually harder for Smurf to try and get his own monastery back. But I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because it would not have been a complete block. This is better because it simply gives a meeple back to yourself without giving any points to your opponent. And because this square is shared between blue and red, then there is no like real incentive for either player to place anything there unless they don't have like a better spot to take points from or to progress anything else that they have. 5 minutes is the shortest time setting available and was used for Blitz Carcassonne tournaments. Yeah, I mean, for some reason, the 5 minutes was used for the tournament. I mean, the you know, if you want to if you would like to make a complaint as as the Australian or as the Chinese player, then you better make sure that whoever made the tournaments is going to be more careful in the future. Oh, wait, but is this necessary? This feels like definitely not necessary. There is only one singular starting tile left, and that is the only tile that will allow the connection to happen. Like this feels like it definitely does not need to be done by Aki. Because like this field is shared, you are leading in points, and you have the long road. I don't know, man. I don't know. I have no idea what's happening here. 14. Now this is equal. This is equal. 8, 5, 8. Well, now Aki is -6. Well, momentarily at least. Uh, well, let's say, yeah, -6 if this guy gets to the field. -2, -9. And now you kind of have to get to the field. And I mean, but there are so many attacking platforms to the field, right? Or actually, at least some. Or maybe you can try to get the road. Maybe you can go over here and attack the field. Um, Maybe you go here with a ninja farmer. Try get through here. Like honestly, it looks like you have a lot of options to get to the field or to get points in general. And I mean, I'm still gonna have to say that I don't feel like this was necessary at all by Aki. Like it kind of looks like a waste of a meeple onto like a non-necessary coin toss of a 50-50. But okay. So what does he do now then? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, this ninja farmer is not actually possible. Okay, yeah, looks fine. Takes a 6-point field and also gets a 4-point a 4-point loop road, which I mean he kind of has to take, right? Like for sure, because that is exactly why we made this. Or actually, I mean this is 5 points though. This is 5 points. 2 points for the road and 3 points for connecting to this 9-point field. So do you take this or do you take this? That's the question that Aki needs to ask from himself at the moment. Now he of course still has the absolutely winning 50-50 tile over here, but he's not he's only like 40% favorable to get it. Because, you know, Smurf has 3 remaining tiles and Aki will then have 2 remaining tiles. At least, you know, with my maths, it's like 20% for each tile. So we gotta be really careful on what to do here. And Aki decides that it's time to attack the field with an even extra farmer. Now, is he correct though? There are no monasteries. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait, what? 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, there is a field triangle. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I mean, the field triangle is the only tile to fit here. So that is the only tile Akin can actually get to the main field. And now that opportunity is taken away. So now Aki is fully relying on the starting tile? No? And Murph, I mean, if Murph just goes here, he's gonna win. He's absolutely going to win, surely. Because like then you are like basically saying that okay, if Aki gets this, then Murph is gonna get the field Dorito and unify this guy, right? But is that a guaranteed win? I feel like it has to be 14 points, 9. I mean, this is so that's equalized, equalized. 9, 9. Yeah, if you just go here, you're gonna win. So this right here is a 100% win, and Murph finds it, also gets starting tile and gets to add 3 extra points, and he will be winning by 6 points. Nicely spotted. It was 100% winning, and again, I mean, I don't get what this was about. Like, why would you do this? When there was like so many tiles still remaining, like you had like uh, I don't know. I don't know. You had like 20 tiles remaining. Was it a misclick? Maybe. Like it could honestly have been just a misclick. Maybe try to take 2 points. But like even that doesn't really make all that much sense because I think you had to have like, or I think you had. No, you definitely had other spots to take 2 points from. So I don't even think this was a misclick. I think Aki just genuinely wanted to have some random 50-50 shot at an extra field meeple for some reason that I cannot explain. And it ended up being for absolutely nothing. Also, we didn't need this as Aki. We could have just taken 5 points right here, right? And then do something else with this. So we had like what this afterwards. So we could have then maybe go here ourselves, right? Then go over here, something like that. Like we could just have 5 more points at least, like at least 5 more points. maybe even the connection on the field afterwards. But well, at least Australia does not have to leave this match empty-handed. They are getting at least a consolation point to 3-1, and then we'll take a look at how table 2 with Dr. Kaihan and Me Got No Skill is going. Oh, Phosphate King Derf is going to be replayed. Okay. Oh, okay, okay. Say no more. We are definitely going to be taking a look at that. Especially because the table 2 has finished and China has taken the win on table number 2 with 2-0. So it is still 3-1. So China will still be for sure winning this match, but we will just do a little readjustment on table 5. I have already lost count on how many times we have changed the outcome on table 5, but I will get the table 5 out there for you, and then I will go grab my charging cable, and I will be back in about 2 minutes. Well, I guess I will start the second game for you very, very soon. So 18 points in favor of Voss. We have 19 points, 10 points, 5 points, 4 points, +5 for King Derf, -1, -2, +3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, +14, +6, +12. I think actually +6 for King Derf at the moment. For 1 extra meeple on Foss. And there are some 6-point fields which King Derf can take. Sorry, which Foss can take. So there's the 6 points. And also King Derf was the starting player, so it's going to be crucial for him to get more than whatever Foss is going to be getting right now. And looks like Foss is going to be going with... wait, but this was 3 -2. Yeah, this isn't even gonna be enough for phosphate though, because that's like 5 points technically, but it's gonna be putting King Derf at just -2, which is like very easy to get with his final meeple. He can just take a 3-point field over here, or a road, or whatever, which is why he doesn't even go for that. But it would have still been better. Because yeah, like of course you want to take 5 points instead of 3, you know. So with very much a hint of salt, I want to say that King Derf is going to be winning this by 3 points, and that he's going to be winning. That he's going to be leading when going into the actual game 2. A lot of fields with 6, 9, +9, +3. And there's another 9 putting to 80. Then we have Phosphate going to 80, and we have King Derf with the small 3-point field, and indeed will be winning by 3 points this first game. So that's 0-1 for Australia on table number 5, and Now we will open the game number 2 and then we will be fetching the charging cable in order to prepare for the remainder of the stream. Okay, I'll be right back in about 2 minutes. Okay. Cheers, self-evident for the heads up of the replay, well, replaying of this duel. Foss in an early lead of 16 points with both a loop road and a 12-point city, which might have been with 2 meeples. Kinda looks like it. And we have also a city for King Derf, which is going to be attacked. And we have, well, the road of Foss is very likely lost because it currently needs both of the 2 remaining starting tiles. So it's unlikely that they will be used over here. Well, the first one is going to go here if at all, but the second one is already like uncertain that even if it would fit there at that moment, then it might very well have better use elsewhere. And well, King Derf is gonna be taking care of business very swiftly and make sure that no starting tiles are gonna be used anywhere. Also ends the road of phosphate very quickly to make sure that no further straight roads or road tiles at all are going to be used to extend the this road ruin. I I mean, if uncompleted or uncompletable cities are called ruins, then I'm sure there's like a similar type of word for roads as well, right? But I just don't know what it could possibly be. But if someone knows, then do uh, do make me um, informed of such word as well. Uh, Slight inefficiency, I want to say, coming from King Derf's part. I would have preferred to use this as a road end and also start a second city, but because like now you don't have any cities open, and it's always kind of an issue because you always want to have like two cities or even more open at the, well, somewhat early stage of the game in order to make sure that you can use all types of city tiles efficiently. But now you can't really do that because you don't have any open cities at all. So what if you get like, well, a tile like this or an extender? Then you can't really make the maximum benefit out of those tiles. Thus, I mean, likely gonna be going here and placing a farmer. I don't really see another option for him, but he does. And the reason, the reason is that there was already a farmer on this field. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, certainly then not such ideal tile to finish your road or to finish your city, because you don't really want to meeple this one because it's already restricted, and also you don't just randomly want to create two cities for your opponent's field, even if you were the one to get the points from those cities, because it's just like basically 1 point per city for each move, which is like not great at all, and you would be at the same time giving a point to the monasteries. So basically a 0 point move on the first one. Derf decides to take just 2 points for the road. Interesting choice. With 3 meeples in hand, I would have definitely preferred to take a monastery either here or maybe even here, pointing to the right, getting a 3 point road with a straight road. But this one, yeah, I really don't like that because you are kind of heavily at the moment on the passenger's seat, so to say, so like on the losing side. And the further we go into the game, the more it kind of looks like green is going to have to risk in this game, and you know this is not risking. Well, technically, I guess you could argue that it is because you are risking making you are risking when you are making a worse move or an inferior move. So I guess that's taking a risk. But when you need points, I don't think you can really afford to make these very passive looking moves. I think you have to go very. I think you have to be just more bold. Also, this is a definite no-no, like from Green's side, like for sure. I don't. I mean, there's so many levels that's wrong about this. Like, first of all, this square is not fully blockable with any tile, or like it wasn't fully blockable with any tile until all three of those were gone. But at that time, it was already saved. And secondly, now you're just giving extra points for your opponent if they do happen to get a field Dorito. Like this is just a free city cap for red. Like just completely and utterly free city cap. which is definitely not the way that you want to go when you are trying to like catch your opponent on the scoreboard. I'm also somewhat surprised, maybe, that Foss isn't trying to save this square. Like he could have gone over here and set up a cow to go over here, then to make a 10-point city, or actually no, not a 10-point, but an 8-point city. But he gets it anyway with a shielded Dorito, and King Derf has almost almost certainly misclicked misclicked his meeple to the 1-point road. I mean, there's absolutely no reason to do this, because like, why take an unfinished 1-point road when you can take a 2-point road? Like, there's absolutely no reason. So this has to be a misclick, which again is like not giving any sort of extra chances for King Derf for sure. And it looks like we are gonna be going very, very swiftly towards a 2-0 win for Phosphate, as per was actually also the original score for this duel. Was plus 28 on the scoreboard, and the gap is ever so increasing. And King Derf is going to be trying to create the points for himself, but I mean, it's just so difficult to do with a very limited number of meeples, and also only 12 tiles remaining, so that is gonna be pretty quickly lights out, I would say. Road triangle for king. Honestly, yeah, here, or could have even gone over here, because I think there are still um, Doritos remaining. There is 2 field Doritos remaining, so could actually go for like, this and then this, then finish the city, take a 6-point field over here, get a nice chunk of points, something like that. Foss. Actually, a decent move would be to maybe go over here and drop a farmer. Like if you get a field crossroad, then you will automatically uh, automatically get a successful connection to the 9-point field, or then maybe you can get another curve and then expand your field by 6 points whilst taking 4 more points. Now, unfortunately, Foss doesn't do any of that. It just goes here, trying to block the city, and it looks like it might actually be successful. Well, he does go onto the field now, and King Derf likely gonna be just taking the points from the city here. I mean, that's pretty much all he can do. Oh, and even the road monastery for Foss. Do we go here? Yeah, I think we go here, right? But do we go with the meeple onto the monastery? That's the question that you should be asking. I think you can actually go with the meeple. Because like you I don't think you have much at all that you need a meeple for. And even if you get the crossroad, then you only get 5 for this road as opposed to like 6 or in this case 7 for the monastery. So yeah, you don't you I mean Foss didn't really need a meeple for anything, so just go over here. But well, he does connect to the 9-point field, and maybe there is also a connection tile to here, but just maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wow, there actually is a regular curve remaining. That's pretty disgusting. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh wait, there isn't. No regular curves. Derf getting a triple city with the road, gets a 6-point farmer going on, and Foss with his final move is gonna be, I guess, just taking a 4-point ruin or go here and drop a farmer. 4 points anyway, but it's gonna be a rather comfortable win for Foss for sure. And it is indeed gonna be ending to 0 despite the retake of. Wait, what am I tripping? What am I tripping? Because King Derf won the first game. Why why has no one corrected me in the chat? I just made like a full clown out of myself. Okay, never mind. Forget everything that I've just said. Um, and well, I mean, I gotta make sure of this match, just to not meme on myself any longer. So yes, it is. So King Derf was leading 0-1, and now it is 1-1, and we are having a decider. 2-1. Nice joke. Um, okay, so a decider between Phosphate and King Derf. Uh, I don't know. Maybe I just have as a very strong default in my head that China is like winning, or like, I mean, China is winning. It has already won the match, but like maybe I have a default that China is winning on every table, and I really should not have that default because it's causing issues as y'all were able to see. But okay, let's reset our minds and focus. So, for 8-point lead for King Derf as a result of 2 swift cities. We have only 1 starting tile remaining in the deck as of right now, as Foss has already used 2 others. And also gets pretty much the best tile possible in the deck for him. Gets to finish the road and gets to start a juicy monastery with loads of other monastery squares beside it. Also, I have to take a quick look at. Yeah, I think this stream does have a 30-second delay, although it's not intentional. Ah, no, never mind. No, it does not. It's a should be a small delay of about, I don't know, maybe 5 seconds, 10 seconds, something like that. So it should be pretty much real time. But okay, 12-7 on the scoreboard, and we have early fields of a 9-point field for King Derf. And Derf also attacks the city of Foss. We have roads for both players, and Derf, I mean, it's just pretty much automatic monastery spot, right? Like you gotta take it away from your opponent. Or, I mean, actually, there's also another one. And there's also 2 meeples on this field for King Derf, which I'm not sure is so great. Well, in order for him to justify those 2 meeples, he's going to have to enlarge the field, like for sure. And in light of that, I mean, it would be actually a decent play for Foss to simply go maybe over here or over here, over here. Just start adding road tiles um, on the left and on the bottom side to take away these juicy green squares and to take away the space from this field uh, in order for it to expand. Because it's like very annoying to play against a field that has a lot of growth a lot of growth potential, because then you don't really, as the farming player, you don't really have to care so much whether you have 1 meeple or 5 meeples, because then you can just add randomly city caps to your field without a meeple, and they are still going to be bringing value in like almost every scenario. Derf takes 2 points and makes it harmful, or let's say more harmful for himself to finish his own monastery. A bit of a weird choice, but okay. And do you now just go over here? Yes, you do, and you save your monastery, and you also offer an escape route with an added benefit of 3 extra points with any of the 3 remaining road triangles. Well, now 2 remaining road triangles, and unfortunately, actually, those 2 road triangles are going to come with a shield, which means that the King Derf is going to be using a shielded triangle to get his monastery out, which is, a very slightly inefficient, but it's still going to be a very productive move. Of course, assuming that he ends up with a road triangle in his hand at some point. Force connects the fields to each other, so the value of these fields goes down from 15 points to 9 points, and also takes away the one and only Lztecih that was laying on that field. Derf attacks the city of Foss, and now we're starting to see the master plan of Foss to start and really shrink down the field. Very interesting decision by King Derf. I'm not sure at all what on earth this was. I mean, there was simply just a 3-point move, and he has a meeple. But for some reason, he decides to make a 4-point loop, which somehow ends up actually working super well, because he not only gets the 4 points, but also gets a city cap on his field. But this one he will not be able to use. And King Derf is going to be happily taking the city cap that he himself laid on the field. But now, for the future, the expansion of the field is going to be pretty tricky, because there are no real good spots to start a new city from. There are no like actual spots to start a a field plus city. Well, a field plus city with then there are no real good spots to start a city with a field plus city tile. That's what I mean. And that is an issue for King Derf, because he does control the field with 2 meeples, and it is worth only 12 points, and 6 points per meeple is not good enough. It's just not. Also, we have a total block on the city by Foss. There are no more triple cities remaining in the deck. All are gone, as well as the quad city. And Foss is going to be, well, actually, is he on the driver's seat? Might actually not be. I mean, he's -1, this is equal, +7, -5, -9, -17, -11, -8. So -8 for 1 extra meeple, but he does have this one, which he can get back. So actually, like, as long as this field doesn't grow, I think Foss should be in a pretty okay spot. He also managed to fish out one of the 2 remaining road triangles, so now only 1 tile to go for King Derf to get his meeple back from the monastery, as well as these 3 extra points. Derf trying to make his best to enlarge the field, maybe going over here with a curve, and I don't know, another curve to get these 3 extra points. Maybe this stuff over here. And I mean, actually, how many city caps are there in the deck remaining? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I mean, there are still 4 city caps, so pretty good chances for Foss to still get his meeple back and score something with those 2 extra meeples. Are there triangles? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, there are 3 triangles. Okay, so that's good for King Derf. He's going to be able to get a couple extra points here. And we also see how Foss decides to destroy the hopes and dreams of King Derf, actually just trying to expand the field. But if Foss doesn't start getting any actual scoring tiles, things might not look that great for him. Like, he actually has to score somewhere. Foss likely. I mean, it's gonna be either here or he will continue his city. And I want to say that he is gonna continue his city because he starts to need points. And he does continue his city. Derf manages to find the triangle that he has been hunting for, gets a meeple back and the 3 extra points for the road, and Foss continuing his city, maybe even dropping a farmer. Like honestly, he could just drop a farmer over here. It's not a bad idea. Because then if he manages to finish his city, then at least King Derf won't be able to take this 6-point field, because we would already have a meeple on that field already. Plus 13 for King Derf, plus 15, plus 16, 12, 6, plus 18, 15, 10, again plus 8. Yeah, Foss definitely has to like get this city finished. And like I mean I kind of see this as forced, but Foss does not. He goes for the field, but goes for it in a different way. I mean, so his argument is that he took a look at the remaining tiles and decided that there are enough city caps with field to save this spot, and he seems to be right about it. Maybe could have actually even meepled this city cap right here. And I actually, as a result, it's like 5, 8, 11 points. Now King Derf is actually losing the game. And like this is actually why Foss was just gonna be okay if he just took this took the city cap, because I think there were still several city caps remaining. Now there are no triangles, no triple cities, and also no dividers. Or wait. Actually, is there a divider? So there's one. Oh, there's two. No, so there are no dividers. So we can block this if we want to, but there's also a 6-point road, or maybe something else even. I mean, I think it's gonna be either this just to block or this 6-point road, and this would also give us a city cap to enlarge our field width. So that sounds like a pretty good stuff. No? On the other hand, we do still have 2 tiles left, and with this city counted, I think we are like dead equal. Sorry, not dead equal, but I think King Derf is plus 3. Wait, is he? Actually, no, I don't think it is. No, we're gonna check this out. So, plus 8, 11, 5, 6, minus 2, plus 10, plus 4, plus 1, plus what? Oh, how bad am I in maths? Episode 2, 8, 11, 6, 7. God damn it. 11, 5, 5, 6, minus 2, plus 10, plus 12, plus 6. So yeah, so actually plus 3 for green. So if we go here, green is +3, but we have an extra meeple. But if we don't take this road now, we might have a lot of issues actually. Yeah, we might have a lot of issues actually scoring stuff. Yeah, it's a tricky situation for Foss. Because like you want to go like on both places because you know that there are city caps left. Decides to just block the city, and King Derf will for sure be using his final meeple on this monastery, getting 4 points. What? Yeah, why wouldn't you use it? Okay, the only actual reason why he wouldn't use it is if there are curves left, and he thinks that he's going to get one for a 6-point road. But I don't think this makes a whole lot of sense, because King Derf only has one tile left, and he could guarantee himself 4 points to be on +7, because Foss. No, I think Foss is what Foss is gonna do. Could maybe go over here, start a new city, get a city cap, and get a total of 10 points that way. And then if King Derf gets the road, then Foss wins by 1 point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, but there is one city cap and then something else. So if you go here, you have a 50-50 shot at win. But if you don't get the city cap, then what is the second tile? Because there are no more city tiles except for the city cap. Unless... Wait, there's an extender. Yeah, no, wait. No, there isn't. Because 1, 2, 3. Well, what is it then? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Oh, Road Monastery? Hold up. 1. Yeah, a Road Monastery and a city cap. Okay, so if you go here as Foss, then you get a city cap, you get a 10-pointer with 2 tiles. Or if you don't get a city cap, you get the Road Monastery. Then you go here for 7 points, and I think you win anyway. For 1 plus 7, so that's 8. Yeah, I think this is a force win for Force Fate. If he goes... Oh, wait, but it's not. Because if he doesn't get... Oh, because if Foss goes over here, and then King Derf does not get... Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is good. Because, like, Foss... Oh, well, pretty much the game is decided, or was decided, on who gets the Road Monastery. Because if Foss goes over here and then does not get the Road Monastery, he gets 10 points with 2 moves, but then King Derf gets a 7-point monastery, and also with his earlier 3-point lead added to the +7, it's 10 points, and then Foss started the game, so it would be a loss by a draw to Phosphate, which means that Foss had to bank on getting this monastery himself, and thus you might as well make the monastery even more juicier and just get a 3-point ruin. Yeah, great judgment by Phosphate, recognizing the win condition and the crucial tile in the end. And yeah, it was definitely a coin flip for the game, but those are not unusual in the game of Carcassonne. So a 2-1 win for Foss. And yeah, 32 seconds left in the clock of Foss as well. So not too much playtime left for him either. But a 4-1 is going to be the final outcome of China-Australia. So congratulations to China, and I guess commiserations to Australia for a decent effort. So seemingly, as the network is actually working decently right now, then I guess, I mean, I just have to remember what to do with the rest of the streams on the upcoming weeks. So we have the next match starting in 15 minutes, and so let me pull up the necessary stuff for that. So this and this. And we will have about a 8-minute break, and we will then start with the match of Vietnam Thailand. Once again, congratulations to China for getting to the well, let's say congratulations for reaching the first match win of the Asian Cup and getting further in the rankings. Now a quick 7 to 8 minute break before the next match. Okay, let's get back into the action. So next up we have Vietnam versus Thailand. And we can actually update the main page as well. So the lineups, as you can see, are just above me as per usual. Actually, they are not, because I haven't updated them just yet. So let's... oh wait, they are. Yes, they are. I have confused myself. So the lineups you can see above me. We have on table 1 a chicuongcoconut versus Lztecih. Table 2 we have a B1208 versus P Mika. Wolfren versus TAMATAMaz Z on table 3. Portgard versus Lztecih Chalongul, that's Pakshe by nickname, for table 4. And then table 5, Vietnam Freyyyy meeting with Janakan Klaikav from Thailand. That's, yeah, for those of you who are not familiar, that's gun 007 by Nick. And as you can see from the ratings of the players, we have all players of, well, for Team Thailand above 500 rated, with Pakshe as the sole master. And then we have on table, oh, well, not on table, but for Vietnam, we have well, lower rated players on every table. So at least that aspect is not really working out for them. But we have players differing from just above 100 all the way to 570 with the Vietnamese captain. Actually, I think that is the captain, portgard, as I believe it was also the captain of WTCOC, but I might be mistaken as well. And well, this time we will be going with just boring highest rated table. Even though I do like to cover some newer players as well, I think it's gonna be actually more beneficial for to have some higher rated tables every once in a while as well. And also, I have noticed that when I streamed a game of 100 rated player earlier, I think it actually might have been just B1208, just um, January, March, April, back in May during the WTCOC, or maybe some other player. I mean, I cannot I can't remember the player ratings like 3 months ago, but I remember there was so much stuff that I disagreed on that I didn't actually have time to like fully like cover every move in a sense. So um, I think with the higher rated players tables, I will be having more like emphasis on the actual mistakes that that are mistakes in my opinion, which is why again we'll be covering table number 4, portgard versus a Pakshe. The stakes for this match are so that Thailand has one match win and Vietnam is currently at 0 match wins. We can actually take a look at the group stage tables. So you can see Thailand 1 out of 1 and Vietnam 1 out of 0. And would certainly be looking to, well, actually this is certainly a force win for Vietnam, because otherwise we we will already have our our two semi-finalists clear from Group A, which would be Taiwan and Thailand with 2 wins both, and then Vietnam and Malaysia after week 3 would only be getting to 1 win max per team. So a force win for Vietnam, which is a lot to ask, especially given the rating stance, but never say never. Pakshe, starting player, and has started off with a monastery, portgard with a 4-point city, and we have a road for Pakshe as well, starting to form a city at on the right here next to the monastery, trying to benefit from the um, squares near his monastery as well to have a double purpose and maximum efficiency. And an easy move for Pakshe, continuing his road. But now we might have the first think of the game for Pakshe. Uh, Potential candidate moves. I don't know, maybe here, taking the shielded tile, or maybe from the other side, maybe over here. I mean, arguably this is actually my least favorite move out of all of those. Maybe could consider even going over here, but that's kind of, well, somewhat risky. So yeah, decides to start the city at the top. And the reason for this is that Pakshe is then trying to get another city plus road tile, maybe like the same type of tile, and then finish his city and also restrict this connection to a crossroad. Or maybe not just restrict the connection, but to just deny the connection. And it works immediately wonderfully. Portgard starting a city of his own looks good. Could also, I guess, go over here and attack the city of Pakshe, but when there is a shielded tile available for you to have, then why not take advantage of it. Portgard, to which way do you make this to? And I think that this, unfortunately, might have just been the wrong way around, specifically because of the attacking tiles being a cow or a field Dorito, because they are like messing with both features, both the city and the road. Whereas, if you started from, if you use the tube divider to here, then Pakshe attacks from the bottom side, and then your road kind of stays free. These monastery spots are still like there, and then you can just go with your own features like kind of more freely from here. Okay, another attack. Well, maybe. Well, let's say that a follow-up attack from Pakshe, trying to Actually, I'm not sure what he's trying to do, but there are several options. He could go with a triple city here. I don't know, maybe an extender, a triangle. Try to get another triangle over here. I don't know what he wants to do, but he has options, and we are gonna see what he's going to prefer. It would also be, good tiles to go over here, of course, but I mean, this is more important. So, I mean, their options are going over here, over here, over here, and he decides to go with the traditional route, which is okay. Portgard gets the final triple city with the road, and Pakshe is going to finish his 8-point city. Also took one of the 3 remaining city crossroads from Portgard, but one is immediately after drawn by Portgard himself. And despite having multiple roads now in the making, he swiftly gets rid of one of them, scores 4 points, and now really only has, well, basically only one road, because this one has like no meaning whatsoever, because this square is shared with the road of Pakshe as well. So any crossroad that the portgard will get will immediately be thrown over to the top. Pakshe, I assume we are gonna go over here and make another monastery spot. We could also make that to, I guess, to the bottom side. Now the bad thing is for Pakshe that there aren't actually any other tiles to fit over here anymore other than the road triangles, though there are still 4 out of 5 remaining, but no triple cities over here, which makes the square more vulnerable than usual. And a monastery is indeed what Pakshe gets. And I assume, I mean, Portgard would love to go here to try and threaten a fast completion, but when you already have a city that needs a city captain, just build it safe, go over here, and don't take any risks because you don't need to. And there are still triple cities and the Doritos remaining in the deck. Like, you can afford to build this safely. Also, I guess you could consider doing something like this. Oh, uh, that's pretty weak. Not gonna lie. Um, Not only because like it doesn't really do anything, it takes away a monastery spot which Pakshe had elsewhere anyway. Um, and plus you have a good use for a Dorito yourself, or you could go over here if you like really wanted to and do the Ukrainian technique. But like this is, I mean, I think that's super, that is like super weak, and it also doesn't pay off, but that's results oriented thinking, which you shouldn't really do. But like this wasn't like by any metrics like a dangerous block, because there were still a lot of tiles remaining onto that square. Pakshe doing a semi-safe, hoping to get either a curve or a road triangle before Portgard gets a block going. And I mean, the chances Actually, I'm not sure on whose side the chances are. Is it better for portgard to block or to Pakshe to actually get a save or a completion? Actually, I no, I mean they kind of have to be on Pakshe's side, right? Because he has more tiles to like make that with than because like he has the same tiles that portgard has to block, like Pakshe has the same tiles to save except for the two daggers, but also has the road Doritos to just make the save, which are not that useful. Well, which are not useful at all for portgard to actually do anything about this. And a road triangle is indeed drawn very swiftly. Also, Pakshe gets a nice almost ready 6-point loop road in the process. And now portgard has to kind of balance things out and think, is it better to take his own meeple out or go here for 3 points and restrict this guy to a to a crossroad. Also, a 9-point field is taken by Pakshe, and I mean it's looking just incredibly good for black here for sure. Getting an extra meeple back. Or this, which I guess also works. I mean, it's 5 points, well, 8 points. Was it necessary? I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No triangles. 1, 2, 3. There is a triple city. And that is the only tile that fits into this square. Not anymore. And portgard just had that tile in hand. So, bit of unfortunate stuff for him there. Doesn't get a huge city finished or to a state in which he could dream of finishing it. Also, his meeple is currently on a 0-point field. So he's trying to be like extra efficient with the meeple, I guess. Or I don't know, man. I guess he could have just also waited for yeah, I guess he could have just also waited just to get like a straightforward tile to go over here and finish the oh not to finish but just to get his meeple like placed to a spot that actually has the points on it. So 7-pointer for portgard. Arguably, actually, I wanna say that it might even be better for him to go here to take the 6 points and then leave 2 empty city caps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Actually, only 1 city cap was left in the deck that would have made that possible, but alright. Pakshe gets even more value for his own tiles in the form of city caps, and are there even connection tiles into this square? Maybe, maybe not. But it is looking like it doesn't really matter because Pakshe is at the moment 14 points ahead on the scoreboard, 13, and he has the fields. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 now secures this field for himself. Portgard is gonna have a city cap for himself, but I mean, he can go here, take away 3 points, and get 2 additional for himself. And then Pakshe will be getting another 7 pointers, man. Oh, the city caps at the end were just really brutal. Generated a lot of points for both players there. And I mean, I want to say that it should definitely be a win for Pakshe here, as a result of I think a 21-point field. No, yeah, 21. One that is definitely over the size than what portgard can take in. 14 points is the difference, and Pakshe enters into the lead. And off to the second game we go soon enough. Also, as you can see from actually from Pakshe's description, he's one of the couple dozen players who have crossed the 800 elo threshold. So, unfortunately for portgard, he still does not get the starting player advantage. A reminder that because these tournaments are played by using BGA tournaments, then the starting player is gonna be random at every game, and in the same throughout the same duel, the same player could potentially start all 3 games. A discard of a tile for Pakshe, and yeah, kind of an unfortunate um, city cap for portgard. Is going to be leaving up a 6-point city up for grabs for anyone to take, and it's going to go to Pakshe. So unfortunate as yeah, a bit of an unfortunate start for portgard, but a monastery will for sure be some compensation for it. Now do we go for here, trying to like really utilize our city for some extra monastery point as well, or do we just take away the road from the board and take a 4-point monastery that way? And it is exactly what portgard decides to go for. And there is going to be a field forming already, which likely it won't be taking too long before it gets claimed. Whenever, at least whenever when Pakshe gets a curve, he might not even go here straight up. He might just go over here first, because it does nicely cover almost like the entirety of the field and makes attacking it really troublesome, I would say. Now, is it better for Pakshe to start a new city or to try and force this one? I would say that it's better to just go over here, start a new city, or, well, I guess, yeah, you could also go over here, start a new city that way, join the roads, but decides just go with the traditional one and harasses the city of portgard. Do we go maybe here? Maybe drop a farmer? I mean, that's really the only move that I can think of at the moment. Yeah, and Pakshe agrees. Well, portgard though, not the best tile. I mean, he could go actually for here, for example, and try to like, pre-construct this road for himself. It smells like an okay move. And then, just start a new city for himself. And he does. And for Pakshe, I mean, I guess now we just connect the roads, right? Or maybe we go here. No, just connect the roads. And oh, this is a wonderful tile for portgard. Takes 3 points over here and even further pre-constructs. Oh, actually, yeah, okay, fine. But it's not like, yeah, this is the issue because it leaves the road then up for grab for Pakshe. And like we just had the great opportunity to uh, to compile it really for ourselves. Also, do I like this move? Well, maybe actually like after now that Pakshe has taken this road, maybe I do. Hmm. Because like yeah, Pakshe can go over here, but it doesn't help his road, or it doesn't help this situation that much because then the only tile that goes here is a starting tile which helps the city a lot more than it helps the road. And really, what you would want be to go here as Pakshe is like a shieldless triple city with a road. Yeah, this is understandable. Now, portgard, just 2 points for the monasteries. No. Okay. Goes for the blocking route and tries to also get a attacking platform going onto the city of black, which is fine. It's fine. And unfortunately, the this sequence of tiles for Pakshe is just really quite murderous, as he gets not only the shielded triangle, but also the pretty much the best city cap that he could ever hope for, because it comes with the road end that he needs for his own road. And now Pakshe could go for something like this. So maybe a curve pointing down, and then tries to find a road triangle to finish the road and to kill off this city. Also, maybe something like this is okay, but you know, at the moment we have better uses for it. And I mean, this isn't like a bad, like even a bad thing if it were to like complete the city, because it's on the field of Pakshe. So the city points are, gonna be equal to the field points anyway. So likely this scenario is gonna end up with a completed road and a completed city and the completed uh, field points, of course. Portgard trying to make something happen, trying to make, trying to get a finished city, but it is swiftly taken care of, or should be taken care of, as Pakshe goes over here and is going to destroy the plants, surely. Like, because Pakshe is in a decent lead at the moment, so like he doesn't have any sort of reason to like play extra like extra adventurously and just go over here. Like I think that this is just the better move, and it's gonna be like very annoying for portgard as well, because then he needs the same type of city tiles to both here and here. And when you have just one meeple in your hand after that, like, it's a really annoying situation to be in. Like, yeah, he does have the monasteries, but I would like, at the moment, I would take black's position here like 100 times out of 100 times. Especially with this tile, because it's just a good tile. And I'm actually very surprised that Pakshe is thinking about this for so long. Like, he's been spending about a minute on this move already. But he does decide to do the same result. And the portgard is going to respond by, I mean, because like, portgard would just love to take this field. And maybe he will. Or maybe he won't. Just takes the point for a monastery and a meeple away, and tries to now generate a attack on this field. And there isn't much that Pakshe can do about it, but what Pakshe can do is to go over here. No, but because like, well, you can just go here, right, and generate the thread. Oh wait, actually no. No, but this is still 6 points. Yeah, I don't think that there is like a rush to take this city here. Not, sorry, not the city, but the field. Like, Pakshe can take this field whenever he gets a dagger over here, right? So why not just threaten the completion of the city by going over here? I mean, you could still do that with a farmer if you'd like, but I wouldn't recommend that. But like, still, just creating this threat of finishing a city would be nice. Also, like, Pakshe is not going to be using any triangles or triple cities here to form a ruin of this, like, in the near future anyways, because he has this thing going on over here. So he's not going to be using like any tiles over here except for a city cap with a road and a city cap with a road. Portgard gets away from trouble. Maybe even with the farmer. Oh, come on. Why would you do that? That is not good. It's like, it's not better. Oh, yeah, this is unfortunately a much inferior move than over here, because ideally you would like to have your meeple back without giving a meeple back to your opponent. And you could still take a 6 point field, like, just go here and go on the field. But you don't give a meeple back to black as well. And now you need the same tile again to this square, but you can't drop a meeple anymore onto the field. I mean, it's a pretty weak move from portgard for sure. Unfortunately. Followed by, yeah, I would say quite a strong move by Pakshe. So drops a second meeple to the field to try and secure it, because it is a 12 point field, maybe a 15 point field, and also It's going to force portgard to find similar tiles to here and to here, and now it may be even to here, because he needs a crossroad there, and a city crossroad could just be the tile that he ends up using that he ends up using there, because he has now actually 3 meeples stuck to that square. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, with 3 crossroads remaining. Yeah, not good. Not good at all for portgard. Pakshe with a monastery just decides to add some pressure onto the road and to the city. Also gets away with the ball-shaped city himself. Another 12 points for him. portgard does find a crossroad, which is, a small win in his books, but he has a lot of issues going on this board, and he's gonna have to not only get a lot of points, but also try and attack this field. Which Pakshe, actually, is it worth for Pakshe to just not connect just yet, but just to go here and even go with the 3rd farmer? Just so that he doesn't have to deal with portgard attacking here. Or he can just go here also and take this city to his field, because like he is in the lead. He has this massive threat still with the 50-50, because there is still 1 cow remaining. He now gets the one and final dagger that would have fit into this square. There is like no chance that portgard is going to try and attack this field any longer, so it's safe to get it to 15 points. So +3 equalized 4 +4 +16 15 18. Like Pakshe is +18. Yeah, yeah. Just go here or here and secure the fields. Like either way is good. It's like really difficult for portgard to do anything here. Gets a monastery and uses it as a monastery for 7 points. Pakshe takes 4 points for the city. Could have also taken 4 points for the road, which okay. portgard gets a 3-pointer of his own. A nice juicy monastery for Pakshe. It also solves all of the troubles that were lingering in the air still with this field. Expands it, takes away the best square for portgard to attack the field, and life is good. Now there's like, now portgard only has 2 tiles left. There's like absolutely nothing he can do. And there's still actually the cow remaining in the deck. And it's not in portgard's hand. So now there's 66% chance Pakshe will be finishing this city and dropping a 6-point farmer. So maybe we should be going over here, dropping a farmer as portgard. Maybe. Boom, boom, and boom. There it is. Pakshe finishes the city with the shielded tile, of course, to get the extra sauce in, and drops a 6-point farmer. portgard doesn't even care because it doesn't matter. Didn't even meeple, didn't even use a meeple on his final turn to take 3 points instead of 2, because he knew that it was over already. Pretty unfortunate stuff for portgard, and unfortunately, the table number 4, which is this table, of course, was I guess pretty much one table that Vietnam had to win in order to try and like really conjure up a win against Thailand, in my opinion. So now that that task has proven to be a failure, and also the overall task for Vietnam of win has taken a steep dive. Let's see how steep of a dive it really is. Well, I mean, actually, we still have actually a lot of hope in the air, as let's update all of the results so far. So we have actually a 1-0 lead for Vietnam on table 1, a 1-0 lead for Thailand on table 2, a 1-0 lead on for Vietnam on table 3, and then we have a decider going on table number 5 between Freyy and Gun. So actually a pretty interesting situation still. So let's take a look at table number 5, which is the only table that currently has a decider going on it. So we have a 4-point lead for a Gun at the moment. We have blocked meeples for both players, and then we have a feisty farm situation with 2 versus 2. We have a monastery for Gun and a short road for Freyy. And definitely both players looking to drop a third farmer here ASAP. Unfortunately for Chanakan, that is not the case. He can't do it, which is why he ends up covering that attacking spot instead. And now the eyes turn towards this here square, trying to get a regular curve ASAP, or maybe even just a monastery and meeple it, and then meeple the field, then trying to get to the main field via this route. Freyy with a triple city with the field. Not much to be done with it. Could be going over here. I think that's a very solid move. Very solid move indeed. Oh, this is a wonderful tile for Freyy. Going over here. Over here or over here. Yeah, because I mean, actually, this is, I think, even a better spot. Yeah, because like this is juicy in a sense that it creates a 5-point road in case Freyy happens to get his or his slash her hands on the one remaining field crossroad. But it's only a 50-50, whereas this gets him gets Freyy a meeple back, and now they are back in the game to fight for the field. Or to just, generally use a meeple for something. And in this case, that something is a city, which is still very much completable. and it is something that that Jonathan has to do something about. If Frey manages to get the field crossroad, it would be huge. I mean, in this, oh, yeah, this is not good, and not good at all. Um, so the reason why this is not good is because it, first of all, it requires two tiles to connect, which means that it is fairly easy always to block. And secondly, there is actually only two tiles that are suitable for Frey to continue this attack. There is one city crossroad to go over here, and also one dagger, which means that if Gun goes over here, which he most certainly will be doing, to block this connection entirely because there are no more starting tiles, it's going to be very painful for Frey because it's just basically a dead meeple. And it might have just been the death sentence for Frey for this game. Gun should probably be attacking this city just to make sure that it does not get completed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or could just also, I guess, go here without a meeple, because only the quad city would then be remaining in the deck to get to this square. But the city is gonna be still actually a win condition for Frey, so they are and they should still try to complete that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, they are gonna try. And Gun attacks this attacks the field, though I'm not sure if that was necessary, because he does leave a 4-point road up for grabs, which is not great for Gun, given that Frey only has one meeple, and uh, whenever your opponent has only one meeple, it makes like more sense to not leave any quick point opportunities onto the board, right? Like, oh, but unfortunately, I guess Gun can rely on Frey not counting the tiles, and therefore Frey has already lost out on 8 points. 4 because Frey didn't take these points for himself, and 4 because Gun instead got these points for them. Now, of course, no starting tiles are in the deck anymore, so this square is dead. And Gun even gets the quad city, which is going to ensure that this city does not get finished. And this should be, I think, the end of the game. +7, +8, +13, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Well, actually, at the moment, these players are exactly equal. But yeah, when Frey uses the final meeple on this, now that is pretty much a guarantee that Gun is going to win this game, because there's only one singular tile with which Frey can get a meeple back. And also, it's like much better for Frey to try and fully block this meeple instead of trying to connect through the same way. And these 2 points here are like the kind of ones that already put Gun in the lead, and are the kind of ones that are going to be ungatherable for Freyy because they don't have any meeples, and this key tile in the form of a field crossroad just went to Gun, and now there is no way for Freyy to get any meeples back, and Freyy has officially lost the game. Freyy has lost because at the moment Gun is already leading in points, and there is no way for Freyy to get points at all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Maybe here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. A curve, a vanilla, and something something. Well, it doesn't matter because now there are not enough tiles to do, not enough tiles to do that, but Gun also gets the curve anyways. Yeah, and this realization comes unfortunately too late for Freyy. And I think the tile in Gun's hand is gonna be a vanilla. Yeah, I'm pretty sure about it. And it is. So this is gonna be indeed a win for Thailand on table number 5. Also much like could have been anticipated, given the quality of play from both sides. Definitely the Thai player is gonna be a favorite in the future as well. So 2-0 for Thailand at the moment, and now it's going to be more pressure on the other Vietnamese tables, or let's say even more pressure. And Thailand is a step closer to maybe, no, just two, yeah, just to simply securing a semi-final spot. Okay, again, let's take a look at whether anything else has finished. It doesn't look that way. So let's go into table number 2 with P Mika. Well, we are going to be having a decider on table 2. No, we are not, because B lost on time. And that's going to be an 0-2 win for P Mika. This is why we double check the results. And yeah, that is very unfortunate for Team Vietnam, as B was seemingly very close to getting a decider, but the time is of the essence, and in this case, time is of the match point. So it is 3-0 for Thailand, and they have officially now qualified themselves to the semi-finals of the Asian Cup 2025. Next up, let's take a look at Wolf Ren. Still in their second game, currently leading 1-0 against Tamatama. And we have 4 tiles remaining. So what's the situation? Well, Wolf is in a pretty staggering point lead on the scoreboard. And we have a field attack coming from blue, trying to unite through this square because there are no more city crossroads to fill this square. So plus 26, this is equal 20, 16. It's 1, 2, 3, 2, yeah, 3 to 2 meeples. No, 3 to 3 meeples. Huh? What the? 1, 2, 3. What? This was like precisely the direction that you should not turn your city tile to. Wow, this was like helping big hand blue to get the field. Like there were no vanillas remaining at all. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, no vanillas, but there were field Doritos. Yeah, so is it gonna be a massive joke from Wolf? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, it is a big field of 24 points, but I still don't think that it's gonna be big enough to get blue the win here. But it was certainly a massive blunder from Wolf here. Probably not either not counting tiles at all or just miscounting the tiles. But this was like the worst move ever that you could have done because it adds a point and helps the connection. Wolf, and yeah, as a result, Wolf wins by only a mere 2 points. Really was close to taking this down to a decider, but Vietnam does clinch at least one match point and is therefore getting some consolation prizes. And then let's check the table number 1, which is the final table that we have ongoing with chicuongcoconut versus Lztecih. With yeah, 1-1 situation. Yeah, certainly I would say that it like the Thai player is going to be the favorites here, but they have already lost one game, so who knows what happened there. Maybe they got sincerely unlucky, or maybe there's something that we have not seen from Chikuong. And I mean, so far, decent moves. Just takes a city, continues the city, also attacks the road. I mean, a bit excessive, perhaps, but I like the aggressive meepling. We could continue the stuff very easily. Yep, this is standard stuff. And now I assume that yeah. Actually, I would have liked to start. I would have preferred to start just another city as green, like maybe over here, or maybe over here, maybe over here, like really anywhere. Because like this is just very easy to attack to with like a triple city or with a extender or something. Mm, yeah, this is fine. I mean, given that there are like no real like massive great uses for this crossroad anyways, this is fine. And we get to finish our city. Yep, that's good stuff. 12 points for coconut. And I mean, looking good so far. No flaws. A curvy tile gonna be used as a curvy tile, except that I think it should have been used as a curvy tile here, so that then we could also take use of the city cap. But this is also fine because if we go over here, then this spot can get restricted to a crossroad, whereas here it can't really happen, at least yet. Well, we have a decent monastery spot. We can go over here. Then we have like future monastery spots on the right and on the left for monastery stacking. If you are looking to make a mistake here, it would be to not meeple the monastery, but that is not what Coconut does. I mean, so far, I mean, hers, I don't know, rank is definitely um, not not like the usual 100 rated player. I mean, I have a gut feeling that Coconut has played Carcassonne before, maybe just new to BGA. Gets the connection. Lztecih answers with a second road meeple of his own, and I guess we just go over here, over here. Either way is fine with just adding a point to the monastery. We could go here. Yeah. Okay. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, how about... Yeah, I was about to suggest maybe we go onto the right and meeple the city, because already two city caps with the left-hand side curve are out, whilst the city caps, whilst the city crossroads are all left in the deck, which would be like perfect for us. We can go, I mean, we can go over here, over here, over here. Several choices. Just pick your own. There's also a field farming, so could have also maybe gone. Nah, actually, we can't go over here because we don't have the meeples to fight for the field just yet, and there is an easy way to attack the field anyways later. So as in, if we were to go over here and take the 9-point field, then green can just place a meeple over here and equalize the field immediately. But this works wonderfully for us. Coconut is going to be meepling the field. Yeah, I mean, so far, I mean, it's like at least expert level stuff from Coconut. Okay, 3 points, or just stack monasteries, point to the left, and wait for a curve, get a 6-point move. Also could go, I guess, to the right. No, pointing to the right doesn't really make sense. But point to the left, take the monastery. Take the monastery. Yeah, I mean, solid. Solid stuff. Yeah, this it's very difficult for me to believe that Coconut would be a complete beginner. Green takes the 4 points, but also adds the 2 points to the monasteries. And now, well, just a 4 point continuation for red. Easy stuff. Um, yeah, not much else out there for them. Yeah, just 4 points. Mm, I guess if you really wanted to try and preserve your field, then 2 points here. But nah, it's not worth it. Okay, I guess here, just for green. Or maybe we can go also over here and try to bother these monasteries with the block, though there isn't a full block that exists at the moment, and there will never be, as red will simply vacate the monastery. 2 points for green is pretty much all they can do. Also, it's going to slightly make the progression of the monastery more difficult, but it could be done with this tile. Not that it's like really the best for it, but it does create yet another monastery spot, and it's nice. And then we just continue the city. Um, is going over here like ever an option? Nah, no, it's not really, because like it is using a shielded tile, and there are still two dividers, so yeah, it's not really an option. Green gets a monastery, and I mean I assume they are still gonna go over here. Wow, discarding it with 14 points less on the board. Yeah, I can't really say that this is a good move or a advisable move to make. Like, you gotta take use of the monasteries. Plus, you have like stuff that you can get away easily. Like, still this road right here. Like, I get that you want to like block the city, but like you gotta use like less valuable tiles. It's a really good monastery spot here, or maybe even here. But anyways, like just you gotta score if you're green. Gotta score. Okay, if red finds this, I will be giving a little clap clap. Goes over here. Okay, not that good. Now this isn't really worth much of anything because they are joining to a 1 point feature. Like, okay, they are well, in theory this could also grow, but I think it would have been just much stronger to go over here and then try and hinder the completion of the city. But now we can actually we can go here or we can go here. So we can make a monastery spot, or we can just try and prevent green from dropping another meeple onto the field. And I have a gut feeling that this is actually more important. Like way more important. Because we can use the monastery spot anyway. Like a 6-point monastery spot here is like still really good for us. A discard. Oh, yeah, I think that's the first mistake that I've seen from Red in this game. Like first true mistake. Because like this, I mean, it takes away, I guess, this monastery spot, but that is like all it does, and it doesn't really benefit Red um, like much at all. Like it's the benefit that Red gets is so minuscule that it's like non-existent. Like we don't need to take away this monastery spot. We are like totally fine if Green does that, but like just go here or here. Just benefit your own stuff. But again, like I said, uh, this is still fine because a 6-point monastery spot with an easy completion of the previous monastery is still really, really good. But now my main concern is gonna be this stuff right here. Because green has 3 meeples, and they are able to place a city cap or a triangle over here and drop a farmer, and it is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 15-point field. Wow. Yeah. I mean, okay. Um, I guess this works. I mean, now this does take care of maybe the most dangerous stuff, which is, again, green going here, dropping a farmer. But we did also have this stuff that we need to take care of. But I guess what red doesn't want to happen is that they go here, then green just meeples this part and equalizes. And, of course, red does have an easily recoverable meeple anyway, so that works out. That works out. I mean, there's nothing else for red to do other than to go here, and they do. Row, show, green goes on to take the city. And, well, for green, if Lztecih manages to finish the city, he should be dropping a farmer on it. Okay. Uh, is this an issue? Well, I guess after this it's not. But I mean, because we didn't really have the need to take this road. I think this is a mistake. Even though it is a nice road, it is a nice road. I'm not going to argue. Um, and you don't want to see green taking a 5-point road. Like we could have spared a meeple for like city caps like this, and we can even take this road with just a future crossroad anyways. Plus with this now we were not able to meeple this for the connection, and it might be an easy city for green. But I mean, okay, it's a small slip up, and ooh, this is a big slip up. This is a bigger slip up. Uh, Now, first of all, there is no need to connect to this part of green. There are no dividers remaining, and if we just go here, our 3-point part is the same of value as the 3-point part of green, and we also take care of business by taking out the best field attacking option that green has. And that's the main uh, the main reason why we would go here with the triple city with the road. And that is what red is missing here. It's a rather huge miss actually. But okay, red red is still leading by 23 points. We are equal here, equal here, equal here. We have a nice road, we have a nice monastery. So plus what? Plus 30, plus 36 with 14 tiles. But if we do stuff like this, I mean, there is a chance that red still loses. If green gets this field and gets to score some extra points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 21 point field, by the way. 21 points. And there's a chance that red will be playing the entire game now without any meeples. Like it's a real it's actually a real chance. Also, how many connection tiles do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, two Doritos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, we had like 4 connection tiles, right? Um, yeah, this is a natural move, but is it actually worthy? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, I guess it is because you get the one and only tile that gets you the meeple back from the monastery, and now you again are playing with meeples. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, it's kind of a feisty situation. Goes for. Ooh, I mean, I think this is doing things a bit too quick. But again, we have a strong lead. Now we have also this city. We still have the long road. Oh, well, maybe not a long, but a nice road. And we have now a 6-point field. A very nice quick spotting from Lztecih, blocking this city from completion and actually blocking it fully. There are no tiles to fit over here. The one remaining, actually there are no triple cities, there's a quad city remaining. So now as red, I mean we can just go here. Yeah, that's all right. That's all right. Green, well, gets the field crossroad, gets 3 points, but I actually, as a result of all these moves, 1 point, 2 points, 8 points, and then all these 10 points, 14 points. Yeah, I don't think there is really hope for green. Plus 25, plus 30, 31, 32, 35, 36, 39, 45, 44. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like, yeah, red is like plus 20, man. Yeah, there is absolutely no hope for Lztecih to come out of this alive. And yeah, I mean, definitely this rating is fooling a lot. Like, this is not your typical 100 rated player. Like I mean when I say it, like Coconut is playing on a decent 500 rated level. At least for this game. And I mean, I'm gonna have to say that that they have probably played like that throughout the duel, since this isn't just their first victory out of LZ, but also they did take an early lead of 1-0 and then 2-1-1, and now they are heading into 2-1 victory. Also 3 more points. Two minutes still remaining in the clock, so nice time management as well. Yep, notice as the best move. And yeah, as I mean, I have to say, it was surprising to see that the table won with actually I think the biggest rating difference falls to Vietnamese hands, but you know that's because I had not seen Coconut play, and you know had I seen it earlier, I would have definitely said that it was gonna be much tighter and more equal matchup as it was. Unfortunately, even Coconut's skill does not get Vietnam to win this match. Gets them the second match point, but unfortunately, two is not enough. And Thailand is gonna take this match away with a 2-3 final result, putting Thailand at 2 match wins out of 2 matches played, and therefore they will be with Taiwan vacating the number 1 and 2 spots at the end. Well, not only at the end of this week, but also at the end of week 3, because again, Vietnam and Malaysia can on week 3, of course, rise to maximum of only 1 match win, and therefore cannot pass Taiwan or Thailand either way. But I think actually Vietnam will be facing Malaysia on week 3, so at least one of the teams will get to well, I mean exactly one of these two teams will get to taste the sweet taste of victory, as per is the as of course is the tournament format in these round robin groups. One can always be left 0, but always a maximum of 1 team. For Group B, the situation is a bit more interesting. So Japan has 2 wins, Hong Kong has 1 win, China has 1 win, and Australia has 0 wins thus far. And the matches for uh, for round 3 are going to be China versus Hong Kong and Japan versus Australia. So actually, Australia is unfortunately out of the calculations already, because even with the win, Australia would be having a max a Australia would be having a 1 match win, whilst Japan already has 2, and since China and Hong Kong already have 1 match win each, then one or the other will have 2 match wins. So the semi-finalists are going to be Taiwan, Thailand from Group A, and from Group B, it's going to be Japan for sure, and then either Hong Kong or China, depending on who wins the match between them. So all eyes are gonna be eyeing, yeah, all eyes are gonna be eyeing on Group B week 3 match between Hong Kong and China, as that is where Group B will be settled. And it might be that China is actually not going to make it through the semi-finals, and Hong Kong, the defending Asian Cup champion, is also under threat of losing out on the semi-final spots. We'll see what will come down on week 3. But that is going to be it for today. Apologies once again for the stream issues early on. I will take that into account with future streams and will not be streaming in particular rooms. And looks like we will be able to continue these streams on the upcoming weeks, though, as it seems like this has worked rather smoothly after the beginning. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for sticking all the way until the end. And if you do want to see more of this type of Carcassonne content and you like it, then there is an easy way to support the channel by subscribing on it or by giving a like on the stream. I'll be seeing you next week with the third and final week of the Asian Cup group stage, and then at the end of that we'll be seeing who are going to be our final semi-finalists. Bye for now.